From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
It's a rematch of one of the great NFL playoff games of all time. The Chargers and Dolphins underway from Miami. And able to get this out to the 25. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over the Colts.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to look at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And a look here at the veteran under center, their 7th-year quarterback.
And there's a lot of good to watch in the game last week. He threw 4 touchdown passes. A little bit of concern throwing the 2 interceptions.
Yeah, and the 2 pick.
Yeah, you want the ratio really to be closer to 3-to-1 as opposed to the 2-to-1 that he had. But it is something to build on. They did get the win, didn't they?
Yep. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
A gain of 7, and the Chargers first down.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 21 carries, 89 yards.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Looking to throw. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
from the gun. He'll hand this off. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. It's a gain of 7 on the carry, but they'll need to double that here. It's 3rd and 14. He'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So Miami coming out for their second drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Quickly completed to the right flat. First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Now a 2nd and 2. They'll send the tight end in motion. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball is thrown.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Dropped at the 35, so able to display his strength, but not much room to operate. From the 35, here's 2nd and 6. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Back to throw again. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down. The tight end in motion right. Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. That's complete right around the 8. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be second down.
At the 8-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
But one of the things we talked about coming into this one is we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of a game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and first downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it's 3rd and 4 now. They'll look to throw. That is caught, and he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. First catch so far for the man who led the NFL coming into the weekend. He's got a first down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd down and 7. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 30. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking, nothing there. You can almost feel the brainwaves firing as he calculates, I think I can win a race to the pylon. And he turns out to be right. Touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Dicker, and we are tied at 7. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Sheds off the tackle. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And a quick throw here that's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Second and a couple.
Second and 2 at the 31-yard line.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice, consistent gain.
Now, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
In motion goes the tight end. And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll send the tight end in motion left. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
Brings up 2nd and 17 at the 44-yard line.
Back to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. We're backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 46. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The Chargers at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 30. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up second down. They're going to look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
They'll drop to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers have taken the lead.
Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open to the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
So the drive there took 6 plays, and it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. And bulldozing his way through. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Dolphins offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up. And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he is across midfield from one 49 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. Second down and 8.
At the 49-yard line.
Now back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down after a pickup of about 7 as the clock will stop here for the 2-minute warning. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 21. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
A costly penalty there. A lineman got downfield, and for the moment, that cost him 6 points. They go play action here on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. 2nd and 9.
At the 20-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense, because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep him out of the end zone as the first.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Here's Chad Ryland now on for the field goal. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
You can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it. And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
And he will perhaps get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And time has run out on this first half. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, where it was the Chiefs who were able to come away with the home victory. Patrick Mahomes, terrific in the victory, as his guys up their mark to 4-1 now. From there, let's head cross-country, just outside D.C., to check out the Commanders at home in Landover. And things didn't work out for them as they fall to the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. And then on Monday night, folks, you are in for a treat. They've got a good one lined up between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, but we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So here are the Chargers to take over. Last week they got the victory against the Colts, so they lead this one as well as they begin things here 1st and 10. In motion, the tight end. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. So the completion good for 7 there, and it's 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
A gain of 5. 1st down, Chargers.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
It'll be a gain of 5. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Back to throw here. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. They'll look to throw here. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
They'll set up a throw. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
They'll send the tight end in motion. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. From 6 yards away.
And the Chargers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Now, after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Well, the Dolphins offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And you see the numbers for him into this third quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open throughout. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Eligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Something we're seeing more of with a rise in the run-pass option. A legal man downfield, and that's going to back him
Still
up.
second down.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. Fourth down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Miami. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Chargers offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Charger drive about to get going.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. He'll drop to throw. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
He really looked comfortable there, scanning the situation, analyzing things, feeling the pressure, and then stepping up right through the middle and sprinting for a first down.
Back to throw now on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. They'll set up to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 28.
First down, Chargers.
They'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. From the 20, here's 2nd and a couple.
At the Dolphins' 20-yard line.
In motion goes the tight end. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throw left side is hauled in by Palmer. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Back to throw again. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll give him 4 yards there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Dolphins offense returning to the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game. And now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Well, this is simply a great read by a defensive back. It's 3rd and 10, so he sits right on where the yard-to-gain marker is, knows it's going to be a route around that distance, makes his read, breaks on the football, and makes a terrific play.
The Charger defensive unit making their way back out there.
And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Chargers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season.
And the Chargers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Miami, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field.
And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Second and 2. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught. It's a big play there for Miami. 46 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there.
With his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Ryland, up and good.
And the lead will be cut down to 14. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Chargers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down.
Defense.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Over the middle, it's complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and a yard. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. In motion, the tight end. They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
To the sideline and incomplete.
Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaken up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium.
2nd and 10.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's not locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Miami set to take over. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Here's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Back to throw. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI.
Defense.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at their 49-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Again, he'll drop to throw. Short throw caught by Pitts. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 2 yards to go, 2nd down.
At the Chargers' 37-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
That's another Dolphins.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Dolphins have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. And we may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. Tried to roll out and make a play outside of the pocket, but couldn't get it done.
When you don't have a lot of space for your receivers to operate, and down there it's really condensed when you're snapping the ball from the 2-yard line, rolling out, you extend a play, but you don't necessarily open up better avenues for people. And on that play, there's just nowhere to go with the ball, and you end up getting sacked.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Chargers offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early, and it has paid giant rewards to this stage of the game. The Charger drive about to get going. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And that's going to be good for a Chargers 1st down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Flushed out. Oh, no, he lost the football. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. Now here
here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for L.A. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Here comes second down.
A 4-yard loss.
He's back to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line.
Final minute. No timeouts at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Complete.
And this will be a first down as well, but the clock continues to move.
Back to throw.
Oh, but a great tackle there. Going to hold him to no gain as the clock runs.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end.
That was a long shot, but they did get one final chance to try to score and overcome this small deficit. No touchdown, though, Charles, and that brings this one to a close.
Yeah, I think Hope was wearing one jersey and Worry was wearing another on the other sideline as that final snap played out. Now, we've seen some incredible plays to win games before, but in this case,